recreate the most viral loaded potatoes going viral on social media. Shout out to the Spud Bros. Let's hop into it. So the UK is the first type of loaded potato we're gonna make, and this is beans, tuna, and cheese. Now you might think we're stopping there, but we got two more nationalities. We're also making a chicken parm loaded potato and a Mexican style loaded potato. So we got three nationalities. Time to cook. So one of the first things we have to do is I have 3 of my large potatoes here. I am literally just gonna go to town and start poking holes everywhere. Now this is so when I bake them in the oven, they don't explode. And I do not want them to explode at all. That would not be a good thing. Now once all of my potatoes have been poked a lot of times, I have foil right here, and I'm gonna wrap each potato in tin foil so they get nice and soft when they're baked. So now I have my tin foil with my potato, but first I'm gonna rub on some beautiful olive oil all over the potato just to get it to be nice and cooked all the way around when I take it out of the oven. This is literally just like a massage, like give the potato a nice massage. The recipes that I'm making, besides the first one, the UK one, are all thought of by myself. So if Spud Bros, if you wanna add the chicken parm loaded potato to the menu, just give me a call. I got you, just give me a call. Now that we have our 3 potatoes completely covered, I'm gonna poke some holes again in the foil as well, just so it can breathe even more. Now my oven is preheating to 425, and I'm gonna leave the potatoes in there for around 50 minutes. Now excuse the change of lighting, but we got some prep to do. So first things first, I'm gonna work on my chicken parm chicken, and I have to fry this thing, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. First things first, we're gonna crack a couple eggs into here, into this beautiful spot right here. I'm gonna crack 3 of these amazing eggs. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whisk these bad boys up. Now realistically, I probably should have mixed this in a different bowl, but that's okay, that's fine, that's totally fine. Now I have my egg wash that's ready to go. Now one of the things I do have to do is kind of crush my chicken. So as you see here, I have some chicken, and they aren't the biggest pieces. I literally just got the cheapest chicken I could buy, just small strands of chicken, and we're gonna make it work. So I got some beautiful chicken here, and I'm gonna put a Ziploc bag right above it, and I don't have a mallet, so it's gonna have to be my hands. Now you guys see on the GoPro, I'm gonna put some vegetable oil in the pan. But first I need a couple more plates to really get this going. So I got my chicken right here. Now I need 1 plate that has flour. Now I'm not putting a lot of flour, I'm just making an even layer of flour. And then I have another plate that's gonna be for our breadcrumbs. I got my beautiful chicken right here. I'm gonna go egg right here, quickly, flip, done. Now I'm gonna go over to the flour. I'm gonna go into the flour, make sure it's nice and covered in flour. Honestly, now I'm gonna go back in the egg with the flour, and then I'm gonna go inside the breadcrumbs. I'm gonna make sure this is covered extremely well. All right, my fingers are completely covered in God knows what. Now it's time to fry these babies up. Now we're moving over to the GoPro, but let's get a quick time lapse of frying these things as well. Now I think my oil's a little too hot because as soon as I put it in, everything went black. So let's just try not to do that. Let's go back in here, put it down nice and slowly, see if this works out a little bit better. I lowered the oil a little bit because I do believe it was a little too hot. If you guys can see on the camera, this is how my chicken is looking. It smells pretty good. Now I'm gonna load it up. I mean, some of them are a little black, I'll be honest. But I'm gonna load it up with a lot of salt and a good amount of pepper, and I'm just gonna let these rest, baby. Now, as we see, I'm gonna load this up with some beautiful salt. It's not hot on the bottom either, but I'm gonna load this up, some salt right there, it's right on top. I'm gonna load it up with some pepper as well. If I see that it's not fully cooked through, I'm gonna go in for a second round of a quick fry, because it'll make it even crispier. Now, I don't have much more prep for this dish at all, but what I do have to do is cut some beautiful basil for our Italian loaded potato that I'm gonna cut up right here. So this basil is for our Italian loaded potato. I'm gonna make sure to take all the leaves off of my basil, and I'm gonna cut this bad boy up. Now I have my basil completely done. Now it's not a lot of basil, but it's enough where I need. Now I got my cilantro, I'm gonna cut right here, cut the base off, I don't really want the base. And then I'm gonna fold it in half, roll it up a little bit, and then I'm just gonna dice. Now I got some cilantro cut up as well for my Mexican loaded potato. Now right here I have my cutting board with some butter as well. I'm gonna make sure to unwrap all of this butter, and I'm gonna cut it into about tablespoon increments. Now I'm not gonna cut all of it, but I'm gonna cut a good amount of it. And this is what I'm gonna use on my potato to make it nice, fluffy, and just full of flavor. I want to let it to get to room temperature just so it softens up a little bit. Now I've decided to refry my chicken because first of all, I want it nice and crispy. Second of all, it doesn't look too cooked inside of one of them, so I just want to kind of get it nice and hot again. So we'll just do that one more time. Quick refry to get it nice and crispy, and then it'll be perfect. So I got my butter softening right there. Now one thing that I have to do that the UK loaded potato is going to have incorporated into it is tuna with mayo. So this honestly sounds disgusting, but in the UK it's a staple apparently, so let's just do it. So right here I have my tuna completely portioned out into a little bowl. I have my mayonnaise and I'm just gonna put a little bit in there. Of course it's covered, you know, because Publix loves to do this. Then you can never open it, which is just great. So I'm gonna put a little bit of mayo inside of this tuna concoction. Guys, I need some boys from the UK to comment down below. What the hell do you guys eat over there? Is this edible? Okay, I need you guys to start talking, because this on a potato with beans and cheese? Nah, it can't be good. Let me just give it a taste test. Guys, that is fire. I'm putting this to the side. Now we're gonna refry our chicken very, very quickly. It's gonna be a rapid refry, just rapid, just very quick. So now right here, what I have is where I'm gonna put my potatoes. I'm gonna layer the 3 potatoes right here and kind of make them side by side so we can see the comparison of how beautiful these potatoes are going to look. Now this piece of chicken looks pretty fat. We're just gonna cut it and see if it's cooked. The crunch was pretty nice there. And yeah, it is completely cooked. Nice. It's actually looking pretty nice. It doesn't, I mean, I'll be honest, it's a little black, but that's okay. It's not looking too bad and it's fully cooked. So, I mean, oh yeah, that's genuinely the best chicken I've had in a while. The only 2 other things I have to do of real prep work are cutting open this can of beans right here.
Now this was the most difficult thing I've done in my life. This is 500 times speed opening a can of beans. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think it was the can, to be honest.
If you guys don't know, these Bush's baked beans are literally, they're so good. They're ridiculously good. Now I'm gonna pour some of these Bush's baked beans into this beautiful just plate right here. These beans are literally the best beans I've ever had in my life. I wish I could say I was kidding, but I'm literally not. They're so good. Now I also did cheat a little bit because I usually make my own tomato sauce. Today, I did not feel like making a whole batch of tomato sauce just to use it for 1 potato. So I just bought Prego. I'll be honest. I know everyone should curse me out in the comments. Please do. But this is what I did. All I'm gonna do is just warm these 2 up. That's all I'm gonna do for prep. That's the only thing I have left. All right, so I've waited long enough. The sun has literally risen. I'm taking these potatoes out no matter what. We're gonna move it over here to our pan where we're gonna actually put all of the potatoes. I'm just gonna put it in there and leave it be. Let's cut this bad boy open real quick and see how it looks, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty soft. Wow, that cut pretty well. Okay, I'm happy with that. That looks good. We're gonna put that in the pan as well. Now for the 3rd one, and boom, that cut very, very easily. Let's look on the GoPro. That looks, wow, that looks great. And it's pretty soft in the middle too, that's perfect. So now I have my pan right here with all of my potatoes. Now what I'm gonna do is just open them up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 2 pieces of butter. I'm gonna stick them between the potatoes, just like that. Get 2 pieces of butter, stick them right between the potatoes, just like that. Now they're gonna melt and soften up that potato as well. And now with these being melted, all I'm gonna do is just start to deteriorate that beautiful inside of the potato. I'm just gonna kind of start breaking that down a little bit because you kind of wanna have to build a base for where you're gonna have all your toppings. Because this pan is a little small, but I think it'll be fine. Now shout out to the Spud Bros for making this look so, so easy. So now we have a beautiful base for all the toppings to sit on each potato. And now we're gonna build the first potato, which is the British potato. Now, what we're gonna start with is I have some beautiful beans. I mean, I wouldn't say beautiful, but they're definitely beans. And I'm gonna put this right on the left-hand side. I'm gonna load these up, boys. I'm gonna throw a lot of beans right there. Now I'm gonna make sure to press it down just because, again, I have to load this up completely. Now for the UK edition, I have mild cheddar cheese. And I'm gonna throw this right on top of it, just like that, right in the middle. I'm gonna throw it right on the sides as well to get it nice and crispy on the potato. With a little bit of tuna right on top. It's actually not a little, it's probably gonna be a lot. Finish it up just like that, put that beautiful tuna on top. Then I'm gonna put a little bit more of that cheese right over top of the middle. And now my UK potato is completely done. Now it's time for my versions of the potato, which I'm really excited for. And for that, we have our cutting board right here. We're gonna get 2 pieces of our amazing chicken that smells and looks really good. Now we're just gonna cut it into little strips right here. Now this looks and smells so delicious. Now the chicken's completely cooked and it's smelling really, really good. We're gonna flip flop this. So right here here in the middle is where we're gonna have our amazing, amazing chicken parm loaded potato. And this chicken parm loaded potato, oh, I hope it's good. We have some beautiful marinara sauce, some beautiful red sauce that we're gonna throw in right on top of the potato. And then we have a beautiful mozzarella cheese that we're also gonna throw in. Now we're gonna do a very, very small layer right on the bottom. A very small layer, just a hint of mozzarella. Then we have our beautiful chicken that we have. We're gonna throw that in. Just layer it inside of that potato. And now we have more red sauce and we're gonna finish off that parm. So we have our beautiful red sauce. And we have beautiful mozzarella cheese that we're gonna load up right on top. And we're gonna throw some basil in at the very, very end. Now for our Mexican style loaded potato. Now don't judge me for not using super fresh ingredients, but I just didn't feel like buying brand new produce for everything. But now the cheese we got for this one is a 4 cheese blend. Now I'm gonna start this one off with a small base layer of cheese, just like this, small base layer of cheese. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of tomatoes. This is tomato, green pepper, onion, just the holy trinity of tomatoes essentially. Then for this loaded potato, we're gonna put all these back in the oven. So I'll finish off this loaded potato at the very end when I put my guacamole and my sour cream as well in it. But for now, we're gonna cover this with foil and we're gonna stick it back in the oven. This looks great. I'll be honest, the tuna one kind of stinks. I'll be real with you. But honestly, it's looking pretty fire. I'm gonna finish topping up our last potato where we needed to add the beautiful guacamole on top. Spread this across just like that. And we're gonna spread our beautiful sour cream as well. Now, one thing that I'm really annoyed that I forgot is adding ground beef. That would have been so good. I have a little bit of basil that I'm gonna sprinkle right on top. It'll make it just smell beautiful and taste beautiful. And for my Mexican one, I have a little bit of cilantro that I'm gonna throw right on top as well. And just like that, it's time to show the final product. Now guys, take a look at this beautiful creation I have created. This is what you call amazing, amazing food. Right here, I have a UK loaded potato, which is tuna, beans, cheddar cheese. Then in the middle, I have an Italian one that is a chicken parm loaded potato. Then on the right, I have a Mexican themed one, which is salsa, guacamole, sour cream. It's absolutely delicious. Now, I'm excited to taste the middle one, but let's see what we get. Now is the taste test we've all been waiting for. First, let's start with the UK potato. All right, here we go. UK potato going in. Honestly, that's really good. I'm not even hating. The UK might know what they're doing. Now is for my favorite one, the chicken parm loaded potato. Oh, this is gonna be so, so good. Let's see what our taste buds will say with this. Spud Bros, make sure to add the chicken parm loaded potato on the menu for your boy, Chef Vasco. Guys, that's amazing. Genuinely, that's amazing. Let's try our very last one, the Mexican inspired loaded potato. I really wish I added ground beef to this, but that's okay. Let's get all of our sauces in there. Beautiful potato, beautiful cheese. Let's give it a taste test. This is easily the best creation I have ever made on my channel. Leave a like, subscribe, and add Spud Bros to add my chicken parm loaded potato to the menu.